No, man. Oh, I'm trying to organize. I've got journalist friends and some stuff, some people that I know in that field. So, you know, it's about who you know. So I'm trying to prepare some proposals for them to pass those on to the relevant people I want. Yeah. And then they know some people that I need. So I'm trying to fix up proposals just to distribute like 3. This one, all targeted at one at the TV network, one at some newspaper editors, one at some government department. So they can get to those people. I just need to go through them. So they just need a proposal first. Then there's a guy I know whoever then take, you know. So I'm hoping something like that's gonna happen, but they assured me if it's good then it's sorted. So, and you can't keep a person waiting. So I'm trying to get it out the way. This whole week I've been on that. So,
It's very funny what, you know, because from what you're saying, that's already the topic getting at.
I know.
Business network. It's very funny how that angle in itself is a very tricky situation, because it's not that simple, you know. Personally, most of the time I have a problem with some people might not provide it. No, write a proposal, give it to me, and you know, I just don't like that. I think there's just something fundamentally wrong about that.
Well, what I'm gonna tell them is one thing. I also don't like it, but like what I like and what they've done over the past 6 months is that they don't line up the people I want to meet or the potential people they think I may need. What they do is invite me to, or invite my friends or some of the guys that I was here with, who invite us to a place and knowing very well that the people that I may want are there. And they know, you get there, you start having drinks, and next time, you know, in some bathroom with some guy, and hey, what's up? Yeah, then like it always happens like that, and they know that once we're in that situation, we'll just do the rest. Yeah. So in the past, it's been like that, and it's still gonna be like that. Because
well, I guess you do have some people that you trust so far.
Yes.
But that you've been doing business with for quite some time.
Yeah, the networking side, that has been handled brilliantly in the past 6 months. It was just a point in my life where I was like, okay, we need to get to know some people. And we started going out together. Then we spoke to one major person who is linked to all the people we need, and we just go from one place to the next, collecting BBM pins, WhatsApp, this, Twitter. Eventually, I've got like 6 to 8 people that I can actually talk to. Yeah, and they also have 10 more people they can talk to.
Yeah.
So the networking part has been good. It's been good to me. Do me. How do you network? How do you make friends? Basically, maybe I think. Well, I guess if everyone has their own approach about like how they actually, create connections. In South Africa, I think people call it connections. They don't call it networking. I've realized this is a South African term for networking is connection. Another connection. Connection. We have a connection. I have a connection. Right inside. But how do you feel? What do you think about this?
And about networking, I don't know much because
maybe you tell how do you navigate?
Okay, I network through like a cousin of mine. He's an auntie. Okay. So whenever I see the potential, maybe someone who's got potential to potential to assist me. Understand? He passes through my business cards. That's how I get my business, which is through his network.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Normally I get calls from people whom I've never met.
Yeah.
Wanting me to supply them with certain stuff where through him. You understand?
So would you say that he's the one who's building your network?
Yeah, he's the one who's building my network.
Okay. Because I'm trying to understand. Okay, fine. He will go out and find people who they want that stuff. He's doing it for you because he's family, basically. Is that it?
Yeah.
Or does he get something out? Financially? It's basically marketing you, the company. Wow. You're very lucky.
Yeah,
you're very lucky. You don't get to run around and try to create that. I mean,
no, at times I do, but then I would not realize more people, meet more people daily, on a daily basis, and people who've got connections, got money.
Yeah.
Who need what I have, what I can do myself.
Because he's at a higher level.
Yeah.
In other words, he's at those guys' level. But then, is he a partner in your business then?
No, nothing.
Do you expect him to do this forever?
No, not forever. Not forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I don't know.
But you're hoping to at least learn sometime how he networks then, how to get into those circles. I mean, at the end of the day, when you have to meet these clients and service them, it's you now. It's not more your uncle now, isn't it? He's gonna have to be out of the picture.
Yeah.
Unless,
now.
yeah. I mean, you'll have to build that relationship, take it to the next level, build trust, and then they start recommending also other clients. Maybe that's what I would hope would happen. Do you feel for at the end of the day then you end up building that relationship further with the clients that he has already brought to you?
No, I do build up the relationship. Even like some of them became my friends now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they already. I try to keep the connection.
Alright, it's the connection going, man.
Going,
Yeah.
And how far do you go though in extending into their networks? Like, if I'm doing business with him and we get close, or we find business is good, do you ever consider going further than him and going into his network and trying to bring one or two people on board or getting to know those people? Because I feel like that's the only way. Maybe I'm being ignorant or whatever, but I feel like that's the only way to get to grow your network and stuff like that. If you can get, it's like the pyramid scheme mentality that I have around networking. If you've got one person, that person is connected to 5 or 10 more people. If you go to this guy, you're gonna get to the second guy that is in his network. But that second guy is already also connected to 10 more people.
Yeah.
If you can focus on that, if by the end of the year, I'm sure you probably have a lot of people that you can potentially get business from. Even if it's not first time or second time, third time, later on or eventually, they'll think of it. Now I have the pyramid scheme mentality around networking.
Alright. And where did you get that pyramid approach?
Oh wait, let me see. I got it from, funny enough, IFA. I'm sure you know it. So now
that's one of the best teachers of that.
Exactly. So I've never participated in IFA. I just know about it because we've been trying to sell stuff. And
did you ever attend one of their presentations?
No.
But you had someone who
tried to get me to one of those things, or someone who tried to get me to buy, and I don't even have money to buy this thing. So, but I listened.
But you listened, yeah.
And then the pyramid scheme thing was interesting because now, and it's true, for every bad experience you get in life, you will tell your friend. I always believe if you say one good thing to this guy, he will tell his mother or his sister.
Sorry, I got something
this
good.
Is what happened. So it's you can't stop it. So now if you've got one person, this guy is not alone in this world. He's got probably 3 best friends of his, and he's met their other friends, and he's got his sister, his family, and his colleagues and whatever. And he talks to them every day. He talks to one of them, whether it's his mom or he talks to them every day. By the end of the week, end of the month, after 2 weeks, he's spoken to all of them. And these are 10 people. So now, if you can get each of the people that you know which are close to you and get to the next person that is close to them, and there's 5, already you've got like 10 people. And then it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. It's a pyramid scheme. But it takes time, and you must invest in saying hi.
Yeah.
BBM or what, just
Yeah.
say hi, how was your day, hey, how's business, how's this?
Yeah.
After, you talk to them after 4 days or after a week.
Mm.
But as long as you've got that, sooner or later, when you say ish, and he'll ask you one day, hey, what are you doing? Ish, I have to proposal for this, and what do you want to those guys? Oh no, I've got someone. Then you're like, aha, then it starts. Or with me, that's how it is.
I like the idea. I never thought of it that way. You know?
Yeah. I'm also impressed with the way you took that lesson from IFA. I'm impressed with that because I think it's one thing about entrepreneurship. People who really love business, that's the kind of things they do. You know, you tend to pick up real wisdom from unlikely places or unlikely situations because you're a student, you're a good student of business. I believe in being a student
life. Now I'm a student
of life,
yes.
as well. You know, I believe that I really believe in that concept of being a good student of life and as an entrepreneur, also specifically as of business. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if you really open up your mind, you'll see so many things around you. Something over like they can enhance your ability to do business. And some of them may not even be in business, right?
No, never.
Might not be in business.
Remember last week we spoke about human, you said humanity, we spoke of humans and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, humans will never change. We will have laptops, we will have even flying laptops whenever, it doesn't matter. Point is, we never change. And the lessons are always the same, but the experiences are always different. We all learn how to break through different stories, different girls, but the lesson is the same. So with business, it's we learn the same lessons, whether it's a business experience, trust. You learn about trust in a relationship with a girl, in a relationship with your family members, and still in business.
In business,
but it's one lesson. My experiences are different.
Yeah.
So it's the same with business in J. And then you watch generations who pick up something which is completely irrelevant to a business scenario, and you take that and you're like,
and you apply it.
Then you apply it here, and it makes sense. Now I applied this from something I hate. I hate people trying to sell insurance and stuff to me. I hate that. I hate that. But if you're a wise person, if someone is trying to sell you something that you hate, just listen. But at the end of the day, it's simple no. Because even a drunk man will teach you something. That's all I know. And even a drunk man, a kid will ask you a question that you don't even know what answer to give. But you learn something from a kid, no one. So now I learn from anything. I come here because I just probably gonna pick up that one thing. You can be bored for an hour, but you'll pick up that one thing which is important. So
yeah. And that's the story of life. That you know, we go through so many things, and there are those few things that actually change the way we live. But I'm interested in what Tawani used to say from a marketing perspective. You studied marketing. Do you ever think about networking? Did you study it? Is it part of?
Well, actually, networking. I do it currently. I work with this weekly journalist work.
Okay.
So what we do is like marketing. So I'm like sales agent. Yeah. So we also do network marketing. But then I guess today what you're talking about is business networking.
Network marketing, the direct marketing. It is another word for it is direct, no?
No. Network marketing is the same thing that is spoke about, the pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them. Whereby someone introduces someone else from that someone who's
yeah. It's just that in the past it used to be called direct marketing, and then later by change then they called it network marketing. I remember because I remember in the past it was a question of why is it direct, because you talk directly to a person as opposed to going through these other platforms. Then you go through postage or whatever. But continue.
Yeah. Well. In the network marketing, also it depends on what the company that you work with or work for does. Because we did the network marketing, but then at the end of the day, you have to go speak to someone else, introduce someone else to that business, and then let somebody else will go and introduce someone else. So it's like building a network.
Oh yeah, it's just
yeah, someone introduces someone else.
Yeah.
So
this is what he was talking about.
Yeah, what I was talking about. So like,
but in terms of what selling, just direct pushing products, or what does the firm sell? I mean, like I said.
I don't know. We sell household products.
Yeah.
Comforters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. But then how does it? I mean, you as a businessman, I don't know. I think you're a businessman, right? In that sense.
As long as you're selling.
Do you consider yourself
making money?
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about the network then? How do you feel about the network? You know, for like you've been working on all this time. Like, how does it? Okay, obviously you're doing a job. They hired you to do a job. Then you're building this network. Is it growing nicely, healthily? Is it
Challenges?
Yeah. What are the issues that
well, actually, the network depends on the individual. Because in the network marketing, when you introduce somebody into the network, you gain something. But then if you don't introduce anyone, you're not going to get anything.
Okay.
So basically, the network is doing fine.
All right.
Yeah, because I do my job, I do what I have to do, get the commission.
Okay.
So you said you guys sell household stuff. So when you would you introduce me? Okay, I'm into social media, internet, and all of that, like IT and stuff. Or busy with the social network right now. Basically, I'm in social media. If you think Facebook, think of me. If you think Twitter, if you think all these things, think of me. So, am I your target market for this networking thing that you have, or for the job you are hired for? Would I be a target? I mean, do you introduce people like me to other people that, I don't know, who do you guys target, man?
Oh, now, okay. If into the network you can introduce anyone. Because surely if I introduce you, I know that you know someone who may need the products that you sell.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Or you also need those products. But then the benefit of joining the network is that you're going to get those products at lower price, the discount price.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm thinking back to the days when I joined Amway. I think many people by now know Amway, that company.
He also used to be part of Amway.
Yeah, he used you too.
Commissioning.
Amway was an interesting company. I was introduced to that company by this friend of mine at university, and then she introduced me basically, and then I started selling their products. You know, fighting to get customers. I remember they had a big menu. Right? Where they talk, they tell you about how to sell their products, how to convince a customer. Like they literally had step by step how to convince a customer to buy. I remember like reading that. It was so interesting. If a customer says this is how you come around it. They ask you about it. Dude, it was really fantastic. I remember I kept that menu for a long time after even I left Amway. I know I kept it because I was like, wow, this is amazing that people have formulated. There are formulas that are used today to convince a person. Like literally, you just have to follow the rules. Or if a person asks about the price of the product, this is how you come around. Like basic step by step. I was so impressed by that company, and even later in life, I understood why they were so successful, why the company was so successful. I'd go home in Popo there deep. And I find my parents using Amway products. I'm like, wow, this company really goes far.
Yeah.
And it could be part of it, apart from the quality of their product and whatever that they claim, which I don't know if it's really that good or not. But one thing I'm sure about is that their selling strategy might as well be one of the most important things about why they're successful, because they're able to get into the mind of their target. They get new minds. Pure psychology, pure psychology, no doubt about it. Pure psychology. That's why even later, I started feeling that if you're gonna be in business and then you're gonna really be successful, you must in some way learn psychology.
Yeah.
Even if you do first year, one year of psychology, understand the basics of psychology, and then I think you'll be fine. But the reason why I'm going in this direction is because I want us to get into this area. Yeah. Psychology in terms of business networking. Psychology in terms of business. Well, how do you feel about it?
I feel like we'll be calling people, it's like calling someone.
Yeah.
You'll be knowing maybe the reaction. They might say, how to tackle that, how to deal with the reaction. It's more like you forcing someone to agree or to purchase the product. I don't feel free, like I don't feel comfortable about that.
That's interesting. Yeah. I like that. Continue. Why? What's going on there? Tell us.
Like sometimes I used to work for also this other company. I won't mention it, but then it's down the street. We used to sell from contracts. They would teach us to reach a certain target. Like they want us to reach a certain target by the end of the day, which is by any means necessary. They give you those sort of, it's not a pamphlet, booklet, which they teach. It says how to deal with an answer. When that person says or like this kind of create what when I would say comparison, the relations, sorry, how she can afford the product. So at the end of the day, you find out already the person, after I say, is left with nothing. So it's against my principle. I never use that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you felt that you wanted to protect your customers, so to say, like.
Yeah.
You want to protect. You want to help the customer manage their finances, basically. Because I mean, if somebody is a grown adult and then they say, yes, I'll buy the laptop. I want it. And when you want to know this guy's going to be broke, 1 month later he's not going to have money for food. Is it really going to be your responsibility to guide this guy, to make sure Aska? Because I understand for you might experience that moral issue.
Yeah.
This person came in here, they didn't really want to buy this car, but I'll make them pack the car. Like, I'll make you buy the car. It was not even in your plans. You didn't even talk to your wife, your kids about it. You came in and I convinced you to buy this car, you pay a deposit now and you take it.
You see, Africa, when every person arrives at home, like, he can't use the needs.
Yes. Yeah. And it's some kind of a moral dilemma.
Yeah, it is.
Of some sort.
I actually like the fact that it still has a conscience.
You say what?
It still has a conscience.
It's still.
The thing is, yes, we can talk about moral issues in terms of convincing people. Like, let's say, for example.
But now, there's a
if you
thin
know
line
that
between that and making money. And I mean, okay, we're in business, okay, fine. But then I also have my conscience. I'm also moral. I think about other people and stuff like that. But there's a line. And sometimes when times are rough, not that I've been to the point where I've been pushed to the limit, but I mean we know stories. But when times are rough, it's not like you get a pensioner, to come and get the latest BlackBerry for $399 a month type of thing or one. But if a grown man walks into a store, an electronics store, and he's looking at laptops, and you're a salesperson, can I help? Why are you looking at this thing? Chances are you dreaming of having it, you want to have it, you want to buy it for something, maybe. His job is to just help you and assist you to buy this, and explain the terms and how you can get this and do what he can to assist you in getting this product. Now, if he stops and thinks about your kids and your family, you might not even know his situation at home, and he could be lying and say, I don't have money, it's a bad time. You know, with being a salesperson, and we lie all the time. I say I don't have money and I do sometimes, and vice versa. So when it comes to selling a product,
it becomes when it comes to selling a product, it will be difficult. It will be difficult for you to actually know the financial history of this person that you want to sell to. Ultimately, you would have to request their financial reports, and know what's going on, so that you can make a true moral judgment on whether you should get this person to buy this thing or not.
Especially with contracts,
or close to the truth.
Yeah.
The closest you can get to really.
But the thing is, some people have good records. You find the person covers all their debts, but then, mid-month, they start now running short of bread. They don't have all, but available their debts, and the credit bureaus and all these guys have declared them, no, they can even buy a car now. Because they cover, they pay everything. You come and you check, everything is sorted, and you give them the contract.
No, you check everything is sorted, but then check out the remaining balance after everything. I carry the credit or the pay slips.
Oh yeah.
It shows everything.
Well, the pay slip doesn't show what are the person's grocery expenditures, clothing expenditures, and all that. I mean, the pay slip will only show you only health benefits, only pay as you earn money. But then this is how much the person is left with. Now that amount is what. It's not necessarily what qualifies the person, but in a bank they'll usually ask you those questions. How much do you spend on food? They have to tell them. Then they actually minus it from your how much you spend on petrol. They actually minus it on your what do they call it, the amount?
Your salary.
Your net. Not your net. Your
is it gross? No,
not the gross. It's the net. Let's say that after deductions. Your after deductions amount. They're gonna deduct all your daily costs. You have to tell them how much are you paying for school fees. Then they actually manage. Then that amount, that last amount, that's the one that they make decisions on, whether they should give you this 1 million rands loan or not, whether they should, allow you to go buy that Range Rover or not. They base it on that. They don't base it on, your total salary.
I mean, because you could still you could still rent a home.
Exactly.
And buy what? You
Half
never
every
know.
day.
You wake up in the morning, you go to work.
Yeah.
You come back from work, you're tired. You probably don't want to eat, or you can eat at work. Maybe there's a kitchen area. Chances are you buy one loaf which will last you the whole week, and then it's gonna get rotten, and then you're gonna have to, you probably spend like what, 800 on food. Which is like, for one person who goes to work 6 days a week, you don't need a lot of food. So some things you just never know. And going back to the psychological side of what is this? Selling or marketing.
Oh, business networking. Actually, I think, look, selling is selling. Selling is selling, pushing your product, yes. But I want us to mostly focus on the actual building of the relationship rather than the actual selling of the product. Because, then what we're saying is that you build the relationship first, then you can sell the product after. So basically, this topic here today, it focuses on the actual building of the relationship. Like, we're not talking about money. We're not talking about money yet. We're not talking about any contract yet. We're not talking about, we're talking about you and me relationship. That's why I want us to actually focus on, because then if I don't trust you, if you don't build a relationship with me first, if you come with your proposal, 1.5 million, the chances are that I'm gonna still want to wait to know you first, to understand you, to say, okay, what kind of person is, where does he come from? So the building of the relationship.
Person every 4 days or 5 days.
You do what?
No, that's why I said earlier on, every 4 to 5 days, just hey, what's up, business. Stuff like that. Now,
is that the psychology part now?
And how does that building that you see? What happens with people is this: not that people get lonely, but if you've got a network of people, let's say I've got 40 contacts on my BBM now. I've got roughly 15 to 20 people which are actually that I would need or in business they like need. So with those guys, not that they get lonely, but they tend to, when you talk to someone, there's a gap. When you start talking to someone, I feel like this is what happens. It closes up, it closes up, it closes up. You getting closer, and then you don't talk to them. And then over some time it starts again, slowly but surely. And then you greet and make conversation and all of that. And then, so I try to keep that, if it then comes.
Manage the gap, reduce the gap.
Yeah, I always try to manage the gap. Sometimes I get too tired to even chat. I listen to music on my phone and stuff, but I don't have time to be chatting and all these things. But I sometimes dedicate a day where, I just sit there, hey, to, a couple of people, because even some of these girls we consider whatever, even some of these girls we consider whatever. Funny enough, one of the girls I didn't really see as, whatever, knows a club owner. Funny enough, she knows a club owner, and she indirectly linked me to a club owner, of which a club owner is a person, are people that I'm targeting. And this is a girl I don't really consider, I could delete her, whatever, So after that I was like, wow, there are people you don't consider and you think are just, one of those. And this person has access to that key, So, and she's doing some risk management, whatever, at some university. But she actually had a key that I need. So I try to do that with all my contacts now, that whole can manage the relationship. Because now, if you've got that relationship, then they know, this guy, even if you send a broadcast, I'll ignore 5, right? But sooner or later I'll come back, hey, what was that about? Hey, what? Because just to show that, I picked up and I noticed. If you don't notice, people start, this one doesn't care, this guy, whatever. But then when their phones get lost, they won't try to recover and get to you. Or if you come back and say, hey, you give me your pin again, or hey, let's connect. They'll pull a face like, but why must I bother? We don't even talk about anything relevant. So now I try and manage the gap and try and do something. And these people that you don't like, just like the nerds, we all, this one's a nerd, geeky, or those people, those guys, those people.
What I can say, everyone, you can learn something from someone, or you can get something through someone.
Yeah.
So everyone is important, because as they see you,
not everyone disagree.
No.
I disagree, not everyone. Continue, okay? Continue.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm interested to hear what you're going to say about that, but just let me finish,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you got someone who's not important, you don't know what you might get from that person. As you see him, it's like, not someone that girl and all that, but then through her, it will create something.
Okay.
Yeah, so as we see,
alright. So what you're saying is that, just like you're saying, there's always that chance.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
Okay, how do you feel about that? Like, you disagree?
Because when you can make a judgment based on your assumptions, when you to say it's the actual fact.
Okay. Alright. I see where you're going. You're afraid of missing out on something that you don't even know whether it might exist or not. So okay, fine. Why do you disagree?
No, like the statement that says everyone's important. There's someone like maybe even now as we're discussing now, you might think, oh, that person is important by the way he dresses or he looks. After sister, our community, our business, but then the accent or the way he behaves, it's like as if he knows everything. He's not important that person. It's just, I don't know, she's a red, it's that, it's that. You understand? Yeah, and so I've met a lot of people, phony guys, like, you may think you're important.
Phony guys. It's the first time I hear a black man use that word phony. I usually only hear it on TV when Americans are talking. Phony. Okay, yeah. So, look, I understand what you're saying, but I still don't understand how are you objecting to it. You disagree, Mara. You disagreement, Aki. You say, well, okay, look, anyone could be phony, so to say. Anyone, anyway.
Okay.
So that's one, the same way as basically what they are saying. Anyone could be valuable anyway at any time. So, anyone could be phony and anyone could be, and they say anyone could be valuable. You guys are talking the same thing. Why one? Because you're talking about the same pool of people. Unfortunately, the only way you're gonna know if someone is valuable or phony is if you really do a proper investigation, I think. And still, at the end of the day, you might still not know. You might not have enough information about actually is this person really valuable or not? There might be a connection in Lahore they are hiding from you. Or they are not aware of that connection can be important to you. Like I said, this person is not aware of they actually can benefit from this other thing, man. This person can't tell you because they're not even aware. And then you find that you can try to do an investigation into them, but you find that still you don't come up with a good answer on actually should I keep this person around or not.
The thing is with people is this, they talk about it a lot in marketing and social media. People like talking about themselves. As soon as you give someone a platform to talk about themselves, they will love you because you listen to them. So, I've done it a lot where I meet people. I'm always a shy guy. You win. When you're shy, you always win because now people talk and you pick up and you just keep picking up notes doing this and you're probably going to say something later. I do it a lot and it works. Not that I'm trying to be smart or trying to be mysterious. No, I get shy when I'm with a group, especially you get there, there's this dominant guy, and then there's this girls, and then you just like, no, you know what, let me just get reserved. So if some people may appear to be quiet and maybe they're not valuable, they're not sharing anything, they're not doing whatever, but I can tell you now, there's a guy I know, and I knew him through a guy who's just quiet and he's actually a geek. And this guy, his uncle is the mayor of the city. His aunt is the minister of, I think, health or whatever. And the aunt is the ex-mayor of the city. And this guy is not a guy you literally just get to know or bump into or whatever. And the guy met him through... The guy I met him through is also a chilled guy. It's not a guy you would find to be useful or whatever, unless you want an IT guy. But otherwise, whatever. So I've seen people that are like that. Oh, it's quiet, it's boring, whatever, we don't need him. Other guys are drunkards and you find out their parents are hectic. They just have too much money to spend, they just drink all the time. But if you talk to him, oh no, I'll talk to my uncle, oh no, I'll talk to my mom. And you find these guys are useless. I know a lot, I went to school with these guys. All they do is flaunt and show you their money. Or just talk, or others are just quiet and others are just angry. But as soon as you sit down and you give them attention and you start talking to them, they'll tell you, no, bro, you need this, I should have told me last week, So now it's 50-50. I think once you get to know a person, that's when you can say useless. But before that...
But then still, through that, you learn something from that person.
Yeah, okay, you may not need that person, but obviously someone in your network might. Unless, we're taking the party and I don't know, like, there's always that point where you render this person useless. Like, there's that 10% of our population. Guys.
Yeah. Okay, I understand those dynamics, but I think we need to also kind of like narrow down our search, narrow down our our environment. You know, make it more specific. Get to the point. In other words, we will need to get to the point ultimately. I don't know that much. I think we don't have a choice, because if we didn't get to the point, then any one of us at any time could easily be chilling with Patrice Motsepe, for example, or Bill Gates, or the mayor of the city. We could easily just be chilling with them at any time, and any one of us here at our levels and what we do. But you know, reality says that's not true. That's not true, because the mayor knows where to chill. The mayor knows where to. Bill Gates knows. Patrice Motsepe knows where to be at one time, with who. He knows. He knows who we should be networking with. He knows where to network with these people.
That's the thing.
He does not. He cannot network with me, because to me maybe might be. You know, there are certain specific pointers that would lead him to network with me if certain criteria is qualified. You know, there has to be a reason why you're not doing it.
Or you must go to him. And that means you are going to be intruding in a network which is at a level which you're not on.
Yeah, there's that possibility. But at the same time, we all have different things to offer. Maybe in the billionaires club, Patrice, let's say for example, they're not looking for clever people with ideas. They're not looking for those. They're looking for people who have money to invest. They're not there to discuss how intelligent your idea is, but they're there to talk money, shifting of money. What money are they putting away? Then you find that maybe at a lower level, let's say at level number 3 under Patrice Motsepe, there are people who deal with creative ideas. They're the ones who are looking for new clever ideas. They're the ones who want to give you time. They'll give you the time. But if you try to spend time with Patrice telling him about your intelligent ideas, find out he's going to get bored. He doesn't deal with that. He's not in a position to even investigate if your idea is good enough or not, because he doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the access. He relies on his manager, who's at level number 3 down there, to do that running around. And then if the manager comes back to him and says, Mr. Patrice, that one is a good idea, you should invest in it. Then he says, oh, okay, what makes you so sure that it's a good idea? Because of this, he says, okay, let's invest. That's enough. I see you've done your homework, done. But he doesn't need to know each and everything about your idea, because that's the reason why he hired those managers of his to investigate those on his behalf. Yeah, not all he wants to know is how much money does he have in the bank, how much does he have in some properties, how much does the manager want to invest, and whether he actually wants to go in that direction of investment anyway. Then he can either release the money or say, no, let's pass on this idea. I don't think I want to get into investment. The sofas. It's not. I don't think it's got a future. Then the manager says, okay, I'll go and investigate a new idea. But what I'm saying is that then you look at, okay, fine, who networks with who? Because sometimes we want to network with people that, they're not interested in networking with us, because our interests are different, or they're at different levels. And then you think, all you know is that this guy's got money and I want to be close to him. But you might find that guy really can't handle people like him.
Serious, yeah.
So how do we get to the point where we cut to the chase? The reason why Patrice, they are successful is because they spend time with people that are relevant. They know who to spend time with.
Credo, you assist me with this Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it needs a code. What's
Your question again.
My question, Gor, we need to answer the question, the issue as entrepreneurs. Yeah, or in terms of business networking, how do we get to the point? How do we get to the people who we need to network with so that we can be able to get what we need to get done and move on to the next level? Because I can hear you guys are talking about basically networking with anyone, and that can be a major waste of time.
Okay.
Because by the time you realize that this person is useless to you, you might have wasted all your SMSs, calls, and time spending with this person when you could have been investing it in people who know they're actually going to do something for you.
And the first thing you need to, now it just clicked. You first need to.
Okay. You'll go after him.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is what I think. As a business person, you should network on a business level, not on a personal level. On a business level, for business, network with other business people, like business owners, managers, and all that. And so the thing is, if we're not now, you want something, then I tell you about somebody that I know that can help you. What do I get from you? Surely you should know someone else who may not be that important to you. Yeah, no filling your business or nowhere. But I got relevant from money. So if I give you something, you should also give me something. One day, maybe someday when I need someone who wants to sell compressor. So that is the case. It's all what we're different. Okay, we're moving to the graphic design, but it's good to read what we're in the manufacturing. Because now, okay, like him, I said he supplies. Okay, we're not saying I got more fun stock, the product said you got a lower price. Which is almost easy because we're not going to there's someone in meeting.
But right there, then isn't it a question of you are networking with whatever link supplies marijuana or go IT mara? But my question then would be, what are you doing with someone who's dealing supplies, feeding scheme? What are you guys doing together to the point where unless not it's just your uncle, like uncle one, but I graph that's by. I don't want to call it by mistake, but I want to say that's just a coincidence. Okay, my uncle will go to you. So yeah, I can connect you, but still it's got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
So on the first level, what would it be wiser to spend time they do what you do? Would it be wiser than to spend time with everybody who's doing everything?
Well, let's forward.
Sorry.
Literally website and graphic design and all that. So basically everyone can be a client. So yeah, not as to food supplies. Someday I need a website.
Okay, true.
Yeah, I need a website someday and then I'm developing a website. Like now I'm into marketing. So basically I should be networking with everyone.
You're doing marketing for specific products?
No, not specific products.
Okay. Now you're talking about marketing, yeah.
I'm just making an example of them now.
Okay. In what you do now?
Yeah, because to me, everyone is a client. All the more business, every type of business is my client. So I should be networking with everyone, whether you manufacturing, logistics, whatever. Because at the end of the day, you do need that marketing. You do need that branding. You need that builder image.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But perhaps there are those kind of businesses like toothpaste. Okay. Toothpaste, you have to market it to everyone. But moving away from things that everybody needs, because then there are so many businesses, so many industries, they produce things not everyone uses, but people can come into contact with them. But at the same time, if you wanted to maximize the for example, if Ferraris, if you are selling Maseratis and Ferraris, would you advertise on SABC 1, for example? But so those are the kind of issues then what I think at the end of the day we deal with. Yeah, if you know you're a salesman, one di Ferrari di Maserati. Business card cannot go to Bond. Bond is not gonna buy a Maserati now. I could be having an uncle who's so ridiculously rich, but you wouldn't know that. Let's say even if, no? But don't you think that at the end of the day, giving me a business card, even though my uncle might be super rich, would be a waste of time. Regardless of whether there's a possibility or I can connect with him or not. Because that's what I'm trying to struggle with, to say, how do we deal with this issue? Okay. Because then, our marketing expenditures, like, and I think that's one of the topics we're going to get into. We have to get into the issue of cost. Business networking is cost. Yeah. It costs money. So how you spend your money to...
Actually, business networking is high cost approach.
Well, look, it depends on what you're interested in. And also how you do it, yes. I mean, if you're going to do, let's say for example, a call center is not cheap to set up. Even though, it can be calling people the whole day, but, the costs of that are very serious. There are time costs, there are, there's printing to be done, there is, the image, there's a whole lot of things, but I don't want us to get into cost right now. We can break down the costs later. But the issue then is, in marketing, and you're in marketing we talk about targeting your audiences. And then if you are going to build a network, if you're going to build a strong a network for your business, in order for you to be able to grow, targeting.
I was thinking about how I feel I should go back and sit down and think, okay, who am I gonna target and network with, people in which field, and why do I need them? And I've never ever thought of such, and how.
You've never refined your list of all your contacts and say, okay, fine, I put them on this side. Why they're important to this, for that, and why
I think I'm that guy that would have.
Okay.
As long as you're in business, as long as I think you might have a potential to know someone, whatever, I'll network with you. As to on what level and how much time I should spend on you, I've never calculated. So this is not exactly my field, but I feel like after this, I'm gonna actually sit down and go through followers, Facebook, DM,
and the thing is,
that's interesting. I'm also gonna do that because from this talk, I'm realizing how important it is.
The thing is, networking is not just about taking in; it's about give and take. Yeah. Even if you're not getting something from someone, that someone might be getting something from you.
Yeah.
So it's not just about you.
Interesting. Interesting because then I say okay, fine. Then if we are to go now and refine our contacts, our list of people that we know, then we say, okay, fine. People who can give me money, here they are. If I was to go to these people with a proposal, I say, give me 100,000. This group, this one, they can make a plan. Or at least they can try. These ones, I don't think they're going to even know where to get 1,000 rand. So, you how should I put it? You put them according to your pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Then there are those higher, there are those below. Then there are those they're just people you just know, but you don't even know what they can do for you.
Like I know a lot of people that as long as you can not even convince, tell them about your idea or what you do. They may not be connected with the people that you want to network with, but they can tell their friend about you. I feel like I've got those, and then I've got the ones that are gonna connect me to the people that I need for business. Then there are those. I talk to you and we talk, and indirectly you tell your friend, and indirectly go pop and go on Facebook and say whatever about this. And I know that people like this, girls like that, this guys like that. So I'm already thinking they're gonna be like somewhere down here, and then there's gonna be those. Yeah. So I think this is a very, very important thing that we need to look into.
The most important thing is before when I was created YouTube contacts. Yeah, just know if you know someone from maybe, let's just say NYD, for example. You know someone who can handle the finance. That person, it will only take in on a personal level. Because really, I got more business. Your business has to speak for you. But your business, whether it was successfully or not, and what you do. Like standard, they say, more young, more so on. The relationship that you build, you see with, and all those things. Those are the things that should speak for you.
It's interesting. It's interesting that, you know, when I look at, you know, okay, in my past experience, when I've checked how, you know, specialists in business networking, you know, talk about, you know, business networking, whenever there are seminars and stuff, how much they emphasize the, you know, being very good at networking, and how also the Chinese, you know, the Chinese are very interesting in terms of how they also do business. The Chinese, they'll tell you something, well, at least some of them, by the way they're into business, they'll tell you that they don't talk to somebody who does not have the power to make a difference in their situation. They don't. The Chinese have a, you know, well, not all of them, but it's one of the philosophies from the East, from the Far East. Anyway, it's originally Chinese. You know, when they go to America, when they go to any country, to South Africa, wherever, they're not going to deal with you if you don't have the power to make a difference in their situation. They believe, you know, in saving time. They don't want to waste their time with you, telling them stories about what you could do, what you might do for them.
And who is still going to talk.
Exactly. What they want, exactly. And what they want, they'll tell you. Bring the person who can, you know, connect us to the person who can put money into this thing, or the person who can solve this problem.
Maker.
Yeah, exactly.
I had the same problem as well for arts and culture.
Yeah.
I went there, I mean, arts and culture, they can translate whatever they've got, what is it? Translators, 11 official South African languages, and furthermore into whatever. So I'm there, I'm like, okay guys, listen. I need to know if you guys can help me. I'm building a social network here, and I want to translate it into all South African languages because I don't just want English-speaking people on it. I mean, Facebook has got I don't know how many languages, and Spanish people are on it. Life is easier for all these people, so they don't accommodate us. You know, they don't care whether you're Zulu or Venda or whatever. So let me just try something new and actually do that. I get there, and the guys I talk to cannot bring the guy I want. Okay, but I'm not disrespecting you, but can you give me the contact details of this guy or whatever? And then they all can't give you that. Give me this person. No, we can't. But you can email. I still need to email someone else, and that someone must determine whether what I want to pitch is good enough for this guy. When they all support what I'm, you know, this is like a national services department within arts and culture. It's like a whole flow. So now everybody there speaks their own language. Whether you don't know whatever, I greet you in Zulu, Sawubona, you reply in Venda, and I'm supposed to understand and we're supposed to understand each other. They have pride, they're on that, we must push our own languages. Now I pitch this to them and they love it. I'm like, this is even a way to just get people online, even if you are, you know, you don't understand English. They love the idea, but they still can't give me a person who's gonna help me. And I felt that was the first time I felt like you know what, I'm someone gonna walk in and be arrogant and be like, okay, can I actually speak to someone who can help me out with 1, 2, 3? Not someone who's gonna tell me that no, listen, I'll work on this or I'll try to get hold of. These people waste so much time. You go there today, you go tomorrow. I called this lady, I think the whole week, until today. Here I am, no help, no assistance. I'm gonna start again from scratch. You see, so yeah, we need to.
It's interesting, yeah. Because then it shows you the wisdom of the Chinese, that they're very adamant that they want to meet people who are gonna make a difference in what they're looking for.
Well, that's the thing.
Decision making.
In South Africa, you just can't give you that person straight.
It's not that they can't. It's just that we have terrible systems in place which reduce productivity, which waste time. It's a terrible bureaucracy where we like to play,
pinball.
As if we all want to feel important. We all want to feel
needed.
I want to feel like I'm the doctor. Whereas I'm working for the doctor, it's like I'm here to see the doctor. Then what's wrong? I came here to see the doctor. What's wrong? Tell me what's going on. I've got a problem. Tell me what is the problem?
Where?
Yeah. You're not a doctor. You're a receptionist. I didn't come here to see you. Why are you diagnosing me already?
I experienced the same thing for Department of Communications in Hatfield. The security guard was a receptionist. I don't understand how. I get there. Now, not that I'm undermining them, but I don't expect a security guard to know what I want from Department of Communications. I want to know about servers, I want to know about IT hardware, I want to know where and how they can help. If they can, what do they need from me? If they can't, who can they refer me to? But now a security guard is the one investigating my case. And I mean, that wasted 15 minutes of my life, because now he's giving me this, you have to go through me, I can only assist you and get you through to, I must be humble and stuff, yeah. But you're not going to give me, so just get me a person who
will understand my language, who will actually make a difference in my situation.
Exactly. Customer service, and the hiring, it's the system that just messes up everything, because even with, whether it's a whatever store or even with contracts and stuff, some of the people are not even educated enough to help you fully with what you want. You are there selling laptops and you don't even know what a Wi-Fi connection is and troubleshooting and how to sort out the technical stuff and shit on a laptop. But here you are selling internet and a laptop. You're selling me a laptop and data bundles and a contract, but you don't even understand Wi-Fi and the internet.
I'm glad you raised it up. It's interesting because the things that you're talking about are the things that you should avoid in business.
You should avoid them in the architecture of your business, in how you build your business.
Yeah, exactly. Man, from all these experiences, I've learned that. I told even my team after last week's briefing, I sent them all an email and I'm like, you know what? If you cannot sell this company to me and your mother and your granny and your sister and your girlfriends, then I don't see how you can be in this company. If you cannot, because we had that talk about sales, remember?
Yeah.
So if you cannot sell, I mean, if you work at Edgar's and you work at the MTN store or whatever,
yes,
you must be able to sell MTN to me. And that must be interlinked with the culture of Edgar's. You are in Edgar's, So if you can't sell that to me, why are you there? No, I don't know. Wait, let me ask. Hi. If you knew, okay, fine, but still, you need to know more than enough.
Okay, true. The architecture of the business, the architecture of how your business runs, yes, it will most definitely impact on your company's ability to network with the proper people who are in the field, who will come to your business, then about nyaka, the system you've built in your business wastes their valuable time, and then you will be at a loss. I think it's a good and important point, to always remember. But I want us to also, get to one issue. There are people who believe in networking, golf courses, for example. There are many people who close deals on the golf course. There are many people who will close deals during a hunting trip. There are people, to either be golf or a hunting trip, or some people will there are these sometimes established activities that people sort of know that if you wanted to network with the cabinet ministers, let's say for example, cabinet ministers of this country, one of the best ways of getting to them and then trying to push your project is through the Progressive Business Forum, right? You pay your membership, then there's an activity there about Connect. It's one of the specialized tools. Then there are the other ones, like people will say, no, let me take you on a golf course, or somebody will invite you to a hunting trip. Some of them are very exclusive in terms of saying it's not easy to just say I want to go on a hunting trip with one of the division managers at Old Mutual. It's not that simple. I mean, usually sometimes you have to go through some channels before you can even go on a hunting trip with him or her or a golf course or anything like that. So in terms of how the tricks actually, the tactics. What are the tactics that we can use at our level? Because those guys, they go to golf courses because they can afford that. But for a small businessman to go, first of all, you need to buy a bag. Golf bag. You need to have a membership to an expensive golf club like the Wood Hill Golf Club. To get membership there is not for any Tom and whatever. So how do you I want us to look at and I want us to brainstorm around it. Because at the end of the day, I want us, or at least when we finish here, we're also able to come up with some creative ideas about how to network with the kind of people that we need to network. I've had a number of things that I'll share with you as well. But how do what are some of the tricks that we can use as entrepreneurs?
Okay,
to get in there, get the guy, end up being with the guy, end up the guy or the people or the group, and to penetrate the system, because business networking is about penetrating into some other system. It's about getting in, and being in there, rubbing shoulders, and then you start sharing on the same table with these people. How do we do that? Or what are some of the ideas that you guys?
Okay, well, I read up on that, and it was more an emotional, psychological angle that they were coming at me, and it made sense. So, in order, and it kind of makes sense as well. In order for one to get something out of someone or penetrate or do whatever, firstly, you go and do what they love doing. From what I read, you go and do what they love doing. So, if I love restaurants and I'm the guy that has the keys to whatever contract you want, and you're building a relationship with me, chances are you are going to have to invite me to some of these ordinary restaurants, or there are a lot of places in Pretoria that have a very nice environment, a very nice feel, and we don't know about them, and we're scared of entering. When you find out a plate is 60 rand, you know, it's cheap, it's fine, it's okay. There are a lot of places like that. So if you're gonna clinch a deal with me, and I love restaurants, and I love just chilling there, opening my laptop, making calls from there and stuff like that, I like that. You would have to get me into that environment and spend time with me there and talk business with me there in order for you to get me. If I love soccer, so I watch it, I go to stadiums and all these things. If you want to clinch a deal with me, we'd have to probably go to a soccer game. While we will watch, there's still half time, there's before the game, there's in between the game, there's after that. But here's the thing, you're building a relationship with me, but now we have one thing in common. You may be lying on this whole soccer thing, but I'll catch on to it anyway. But we have one thing in common, which is soccer. And once we both enjoy the same thing, and that person is trying to accommodate me and is doing all these things with me, it's easier for them to win, because now they've come and they've psychologically defeated me and emotionally defeated me, because now they're doing something I love. So with me, I feel like if I were to answer your question, if I wanted to do business with you, if I wanted to network with you, I'd have to go to places which are similar, or do things which are similar to what you like, in order for me to get closer to you and eventually, you know, that gap, close it out.
Well said, interesting. Interesting. What do you guys think?
And now I think mostly, you know, there's these small businessman seminars, business entrepreneur seminars. I believe in buying a seat or booking a seat there, or booking a table, it enables you to connect with more people, and it gives you a broad exposure, if I may put it like that. Because you may find out that the table that you're sitting on, it is connection sake, you meet a lot of people, and such events, how do you cost? You might find out that a chair is 250.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe in going there, attending the seminars.
Yeah, but you see, right after you attend that seminar and you go home.
No, you don't go home.
No, I'm like after that whole networking, after all of that, after networking now, I mean, we spoke of relationships and building them. If personally, I don't like a person who comes into my life and just says, okay, no, listen, I need you to do this for me. Before maybe a week of talking, or before, you know, that relationship building period, whether it's a couple of hours, whether it's a week, whether it's 2 days, but between that relationship building and that demand or that deal that you want, I think there needs to be that, okay, how do you attack what this person loves, and how do you get closer to them on that level? Because now people who attend these things, okay, depending on what they do, right now, not that they are above me, but they've got more to offer me than I have to offer them. Because now they've got a bigger network base, they've got more money, they've got an established business and all these things. They have more to give me. So that means now I need to, you know, try and get them closer to me. If I try to get closer to them and try to push things, it might just mess up things. But now, after that whole seminar thing, you still need to get to that, okay, who is this person and how do they communicate and keep track of all these things and stuff like that. Because business seminars are good, yeah, but it's business. We call it after sales, where you get there, you eat, you pay your bill, and you're still chilling. Now, does that mean now, because now I've got money from you, or you've paid the bill, does it mean now a waiter shouldn't come and say, are you guys still fine, and make a joke or two and walk off? You know, because you get a table that sits there an hour after they've done everything.
Yeah. And
the table is just talking or what, and you must still take care of them even after you've benefited, and that's building a relationship so that they even come back next time. They might even not come back, they might not even, you know. So, I don't know, it's just those questions and those things we need to look out for after sales stuff, after the seminars, this place, you know, what we've spoken of, how you him, how you're gonna see me next time and stuff like that. That's a make or break for me. make or break. If you can't manage that and you can't have that relationship even after, then why are you in business?
Yeah, and yeah. Right there. I get what you're saying. But then you shouldn't only go in the relationship.
Give and take.
If we're not like you give someone like what I'm happy just because you want something from me, what will happen when I find out when you're only doing these things because you want something from me?
Yeah. When I made the soccer example, you may pretend to love soccer, but chances are I'll catch on to that. And when I do,
approaching it, isn't it interesting how they're approaching it to the moral issue, yeah, guilt, yeah, horror,
oh yeah,
you know, or scale one. But I would argue, look, don't just build a relationship with me because you want something from me. From me, go, I'm gonna be so angry with you. And I say,
can I make something?
So this person, all this time. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. Okay, if you wanna do that,
yeah,
you can be so conventional. Rather,
one China business or
one
batch. Yeah.
So okay. Tell me, okay, you're in this business and I'm in this business. Okay, let's meet and talk business. And so then what we discuss or what can you agree to? Let's go to talk about business. I know clearly what I'm from now, and then I want to find out where you can say it's.
Okay, but ultimately, if you're taking this person to a golf course, or hunting, or a soccer match, or a restaurant, is it because, okay, you told me how Marata, is this just a friend, and then you just want to chill? Is that really?
No, but the truth is this, guys. If okay, it goes back to, we don't like it, but you want something from someone. We all need each other. We're not here to just.
We don't like it, but
I need something from you. We need something from you. We use each other somehow, whether it's indirectly or directly. It's the way it is. So, but if someone is big, okay, let's take an established company, big. That guy doesn't need you. He is fine without you in his life. You have to charm him. If he likes,
take him to a golf course.
If he wants, if that's who he is, you might as well go the extra mile to show him that, listen, I am serious about this. I need to talk to you about 1, 2, 3. Yes, we're gonna discuss business, but let's do it in an environment that you love.
That's what I'm saying.
You see, so the using part, hey.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You should make things clear.
What? The thing is, I'm asking myself, if you're going to invite Patrice to a golf match, what are you going to say to him? I just want to chill with you, Patrice. I don't want anything from you. Is that what you
know?
Let's discuss business.
Okay, do you think he will believe you? Even if you didn't say, look, I don't want to do business with you, I just want to chill with you, play golf. Do you think he would believe you, or do you think he would do it?
It'll depend on how he takes it.
What is the basis? Okay, maybe let's say if you were friends, if you were friends, I would understand. You and Patrice, you are friends. Whether you go on a golf course to talk business or to talk about girls, it won't matter. But if I invite Patrice to a golf match, I mean, it can't be about friendship. It can't be about anything. It's about business. He does not have to assume horror. I'm just taking him out because I like him. Obviously, it's not about me liking him. It's not about me trying to have fun with him.
But then
he knows. What? This guy wants something. The reason why I'm entertaining Patrice is because I want something. And then he expects me anytime now around the corner, I'm going to say to him, you see, Mr. Patrice, actually, I have this idea.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now you can't assume he knows this.
No, but I mean, now my question to you, Tavang, is that on what basis do you right now, Tavang, invite the mayor or the area go Wood Hill Golf Club? On what basis?
Exactly, the question.
So that don't say it's obvious. We don't. Any matured businessman, with an expensive bottle of whiskey, here's a bottle of whiskey, man, enjoy. I thought it's because you want something from him. If he's mature enough and he's been in business for long enough, Utawang and Oh.
So how would you get that person to agree on going on the trip with you or on the golf course with you?
Yeah?
How will you get that person to agree to come with you? Like to come play golf with you? Because clearly you might send him the card or the ticket. I fair legal assistant there, I know. Take up for the ticket.
No, I get it. It's also make sure what attend. It's also make sure or let's attend this.
Okay. I mean, you're not gonna invite him over the phone once.
No, of course.
You're not gonna get there and drop a card. You're not gonna mail the invitation to him. You have to go there and meet him face to face. Look, you go there, you approach, you go there, you make an appointment, right? If you're gonna meet with him, make an appointment. Then the receptionist or the assistant is gonna tell him at 1 o'clock you have a meeting with this person regarding this. You get there, you talk to him, right? You introduce yourself already. I'm into this line of business. This is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I do. And then now for now, basically I'll tell him that, you know, I was hoping that we can get to this point in business. But to discuss it.
Why don't we talk about it over a match?
Over dinner at this restaurant.
Now what happens when he lights up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually
news. Obviously you have to find out what he likes.
Yeah.
Obviously you have to find out. Why don't we talk about it over a game of golf? VIP suite go F&B like 20,000. You know, VIP tickets. You know, we can go there chill.
Yeah, man.
What is your favorite whiskey? I only drink this. One make
no, it's so
come on, then let's go talk. It's not about friendship. They will love business.
Because we've already told you.
It's obvious.
Yeah,
whether you tell him or not, it's obvious.
Yeah, I get it. I think you're taking it in the concept theory. You're gonna invite him and then only start talking about business when you get there.
No, already I get it. Okay, let's discuss it further on the golf course. And so already you've spoken about it.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna take it further, go into golf course. He already knows what you're going to talk about. Not that you're only going to talk about that.
The thing is, clinching a deal, okay. I mean, if we're looking at someone who's at multiple stature maybe, or whoever, but the thing is, if you really want to clinch a deal, especially a big one, or if you want to get someone to do something for you, I don't think it would take a 30-minute meeting. It would take follow-up talks and you know that day on the golf course, or
and then invitations, gala dinner,
you trying to soft them up, like you know. So whether I know what I'm gonna discuss with him or not, but it will not happen in a day, you know. Especially depending on how big it is.
It's all about building a relationship with the person you want to talk, you want to get into business with. I mean, for example, what it's going to be more exactly like he says. What I do as a salesperson, I know that I'm going to meet a client, and this client has the potential to spend this much. When we meet, if I suggest where we're going to meet, I'm splashing out. Right? I get there. I'm like, let's meet at Rhapsodies.
That's a technical term. Splashing out.
If you get there, you get to Rhapsodies, it's on you.
Yeah.
If you want them to become if it's a whiskey drinker, ask him.
Here's a practical one. The reason why I'm still in contact with him is because we hooked up and we discussed business, advertising, and all these things. And he suggested we should go to Mushroom Lounge. When we got there, he was like, no, it's fine, just order, drink, talk, and go to know it. And then it was just one of those relationship building things on the spot. And coming out of that, I felt like, oh, actually, I could still talk to this guy again. I may use him, I may not, I may consider him, I may not, but I like what just happened here. And then after that you go home and you're like, okay, no, it's fine, okay, you'll add this one to this list, it's fine.
It's a plus.
It's a plus. So, and that was like, I don't know, last year, late maybe, I'm not sure, but you see I'm sitting here today just talking my ass off. So, hey.
Bratunza. What are you saying?
Nah.
When I say you believe in the 250 chair per chair events, how did you find those? How did you even which ones did you participate in? Like
the last ones I participated in UNISA. It was not more UNISA. Yeah, the Trevor Nana Determino was actually advising young entrepreneurs about money, ways of investing, telling us that they know plenty of people who back them like maybe the millions over tenders, but then the way they spend their money, it was not wise enough. So yeah, and I found out there are a lot of people. That's why I met my accountants and
okay.
Yeah.
How did
How
you?
much was that though? That UNISA thing?
I think it was 1.5 last year.
Is it an annual thing?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Well, there are those activities, and Progressive Business Forum also does those a lot, and even others. Like I remember there was one year. Which one was that? I think it was one of the centenary events of the ANC where they invited people. Then there was a table where the president was sitting, Zuma was sitting, and some other people as well. Patrice, they were sitting on that table. I remember Patrice paid 8 million to sit on the table. I remember it was reported in the news. To sit on the table, you have to pop out 8 million.
I know, because there are some people who sit
8 million rand to sit on the table. Yes,
yeah.
So that, and then on that table, ministers were there, and then anyone else who wants to sit at that table with the ministers and the president, you gotta pop out 8 million.
Yeah, that's how.
Because now the opportunity that you get is that you get to sit with them. Then they get to tell you what is going to happen next in the country. What is going to happen next? They're going to have
smart people have a tendency of giving you a chance to talk as well. So I think while they're sitting there, they'll discuss and do all these things, but somehow they don't really know you, but they know that you are worth sitting on their chair because you paid to be there.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to hear what you have to say. So chances are you might come out of that with one or two people that may be interested in you. I mean, you don't sit in an 8 million chair for nothing.
No, you don't. You are going to get the opportunity, first of all, to understand what are the next trends in the country which you can take advantage of. And you're going to be on a first name basis with all of them. And then tomorrow, and on the same day, in fact, you're going to be exchanging business cards. Tomorrow you can call them, actually. Literally. Then they will say, yes, I sat with you. Then you can say to them, I remember you told me that in the Department of Education, the next investment, the next big government investment is in this field. So how can I get myself ready to take advantage of that? And they tell me, no, you're going to need this, and this, and this, and that. By the time that trend happens,
you are there. You are.
I mean, when other people are, when it's being announced to the whole country,
you already know.
The Department of Education is planning next year to. When are you already doing all the papers?
You are top 3 in the tenders.
Yeah. You are there.
I mean, top 3. I mean, if you splash 8 times, you're there.
Yeah.
Firstly, they're going to remember you on the first name basis already.
Yeah.
They've already connected
to them guy there.
Yeah.
You know.
When you have a picture, they know that guy can afford to like.
He's one of us.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
Yeah. As soon as you are one of us,
you're already in the circle.
You know, they will think of you. They will be like, oh, that guy. Then they wanna, and they still wanna know what you do and who you are.
So I'm saying, you know, I recognize also the power of that. I think it's one of the most powerful ways that you have. You know, you just need to take it to the next level, obviously. But you know.
Yeah, I don't go to a lot. Like I've been looking out for them and all these things. Like this year especially. But the one I went to last year, my broadband conference.
Okay.
That was, I didn't expect to, you know, be looking at an MTN CEO, Vodacom CEO, Cell C. You know, all these guys are like by the door, and I'm standing here, and like, you know, all these pictures.
Yeah, they were right there in front of you.
So what do you do? Oh no,
right next
you know,
to you.
and a guy will walk up to you, bump you. Oh, sorry, you know, a joke. Why are you here? You know, and it just sparks a conversation right there. And they've got these drinking sessions even afterwards sometimes, and that's where people talk. So one of those things are very, very important. It's just now
to be seen there, to be there, part of them.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's
Create gala dinners.
It creates a very powerful image for you, for you as an individual and for a company as well. I mean, if you can get there, it means, you know, and if you can,
serious.
If you can actually get there,
yeah, you can
serious.
start rubbing elbows or rubbing shoulders,
taking pictures.
Yeah, eventually, you know, it's
because there were hectic,
just not even though those people that you took a picture with, even though they don't call you back for business, but if for example, on your Facebook page you have a picture of you and Mang there, already people go, yo, this guy rolls with big guys.
Especially when you refer other clients and stuff too.
It can help you influence influence and activate other business networks.
Exactly.
Get them going. Because then you have something to talk
at the
about.
end of the day, it's who you know. Like, I mean, you can be good at whatever, but the reason why we network is because it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's why we spend money and time on networking and all these things. So.
And most importantly, who knows you?
Most importantly,
Yeah, interesting one.
Tawang says a difficult one.
Who knows you?
But you know, but Tawang, here's the issue. How do you get ready for these networking sessions? How do you get ready? You know, it's easy to talk about. I want to go and check with Patrice. We bring Patrice. Boom, we put him here next to you. You start fumbling like you start fumbling in the most amazing, most miraculous way.
Wait,
how do you get ready?
Where to start? Hello, hi. I am. Do you start off with that or do you what? What do you do? Hey, I wanna.
How did you get ready? How did you dress up for it? How did you? What is your mental state? Also,
not doing these things.
How much do you understand?
Not doing these things have taught me. Basically, I've never won if I try to be what I'm not. That's when I fumble. That's when I'm, But as soon as I get there and my character shines before everything else, but still, and then I still from that try to be professional or try to, be what this person is. Then that's when, I'm okay. I'm better like that. But if I'm gonna try and be, what I'm not. I mean, I'm a person I like joking around. I say a lot of weird stuff and all of that. Somehow people have a sense of humor, but you need to know when and how to apply it. Even half the guys, half the CEOs that forever on stage, they break the ice with a joke or with a silly comment and stuff like that. So, and there's a lot of serious people in the audience, but they get it and they giggle and they laugh. So with me, with my stupid character, I normally centralize most of my intros and some of my talks or whatever around my character, which is so I get the, oh hey, what's up, I don't know, talk about the roof, talk about
let's talk about the weather. Let's talk about it.
It's very hot here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you realize that then it's coming back to that thing of how do you charm a girl? It comes down to that. How do you charm a girl? Okay, for gay people then how do you charm another man? But that's another story. But then,
No experience there.
But I can only talk from my experience. Okay, how when you're charming a girl? Language. Humor, jokes, making the other person making her feel comfortable, making her feel that she's in control of the situation. You don't make her feel horrible. You don't make her. If you're trying to charm a girl, you make her feel that she's got everything, not horrible, that you're dominating. So
listen to her.
You listen to her. You actually entertain what she has to say, but at the same time, she has to know who you are. Also, because I think sometimes people overplay this thing of you must listen, but it will be useless at the end of the day if you just listen, but you never talk enough for the other person to also understand where now.
That's why you must centralize most of these things around who you are and your character.
Yeah.
Then from there, it's easier for you to be yourself and not act. Like, there's nothing that turns off a person, not even a person in general, When you get here, you pretend to be a serious holy guy and do this and do that. And the next moment, next week, how? Because this guy is not who he, we can all accept a person for who they are, especially when we learn of that first time. Then after that, we get to know all the other things. But if we see the center or something close to the center, then, we are fine.
I think, I think it works better if, like we say, it falls back to listing, but if you don't flood her with all what you are so good at doing, what you know best. You get there and you really just ask them, you just ask a few questions like, what do you think of this? What do you think of websites, for example? Yeah. What do you think of websites? I mean, how does your business benefit from a website on a daily basis?
Yeah.
You ask questions and then they answer you. Just like when you get to a woman, you're like, so
where you off to?
Yeah, where you off to? What movie do you like? Are you the romantic type or you action type? Horror?
But the truth is, I hear what you're saying. I hear where you're going, and you're right. Basically what he's doing is that you're setting the trap every time. You have to set the trap. But then, as CJ is talking, then I'm thinking, but it's not true that when you're trying to charm a girl, all you want to do is listen.
Nah.
It's not true. The truth is that actually, for you to convince her, for you to convince this person, you actually have to influence. You have to pump a whole lot of ideas into this person, so the person can love you, like you, and think, I want this guy. Isn't it?
Yeah, true.
So then, making the link now back to what Credo just said, the truth is, when we say listen, actually, during, let's say, for example, a business networking session, Patrice is sitting here, I'm listening. But at the same time, for me to listen, he has to be encouraged to talk.
Yeah.
So I have to set the trap. The first thing I need to do is I need to get him talking about himself. Then when he's talking about himself, I take that information of his, I use it to now to push my agenda. You see what I'm saying? But basically I have to use his information against him to conquer him. To get my ideas into him, I use his information. I don't start off by myself and start talking about myself, or hey, this is what I do. But instead, I like what CJ is saying. You ask him, so how's your business? How's your website? You know what, you want to sell websites to him, your website to him. But you're going towards that. Once he starts talking about, no, we have a website, how is it? How's it going? No, it's okay, I think.
That's the best way.
You think it's not about websites.
It's the best way. I always get, I never ask a person directly, okay, no, you know what your business is about. I always do it in a conversation. It's brilliant. No, how's this? Oh, you are, as soon as I was at a meeting, meeting about what? So that means you could be doing this and this. No, I don't do that. They give you answers.
Yeah.
For me, that works.
That's one of the best tactics. I like that as well.
I normally target. An entrepreneur is very, very proud of their own company. They're proud of the idea they have. They think everything's idea they have is
that's the one. Yeah.
That's for me. For me, that's the silver bullet, and they're the werewolf. I use that. I target the pride they have. I talk to them. So your business. What? Ask them about websites and ask them about that. Eventually they're gonna start telling me, I do this and this and this and this, and I have this kind of clients. They would want this. I'm like, no, tell me more about your business. Let's see. Oh, that's a great idea. Wow.
Get them talking about themselves.
It's like you
praise that. You praise their business.
Stroke their egos.
It's like telling a girl you like her stilettos.
Yes.
I love your walk.
She won't get away. What a nice top you're wearing.
Especially when you meet a girl. Oh, hey, I'm my mom. I love your eyes. Damn.
The first few words must count.
God, she's so. What you say after that is whatever, man. But as soon as you just hit the jackpot once. You know, as soon as you compliment a guy on something that he can take, or a compliment from a guy that you can take, he's it's sure, it's done. Wait till you get it. You see, after that, what you say after that,
and it's amazing. I've realized that even with guys, when, you know, if you compliment them on something, sometimes even if they don't like respond, but it hits you, it hits them inside. Or, hey, wow, that guy said that my projector is nice. So the ego of a human being, whenever you stroke it, it always gets stroked. It can't resist.
And you tell a person, I admire your work.
Yeah.
I love what you've done with 1, 2.
It just gets to you.
Yeah, it was hard work, you know, it was, I will not sit back, listen. You know, after that, take notes. After that, you come back, knock them out. I haven't really been doing much of it, but when I do, it's a breeze.
It always works. It always works.
I remember I met a client last year.
Yeah.
I met a client last year. This guy came up to me like, I have the best idea in the world. No one has thought of this idea. I was like, okay, fine. So what's your idea? Let's hear it. Yeah. Like, I want to do this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, I can't say it's confidential, but I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, no one has thought. I haven't dreamt about this idea. I left my job because of this idea. I was like, wow. You know, really, that's what you want? Yeah. I'm like, you know what's best for this? You need a booklet. You know, a booklet with an application form. You need a database website. No. Really? How will this benefit? I mean, how is this going to benefit my idea? You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. We stop talking. And I'm like, no, you know what? Because now you're still starting off. Go look for investors, go get investors. But take your time with us, and then we'll talk. It's like, I know, you're the man for me, you're the man for the job, you're the man for the job.
Yeah,
he kept quiet, I thought he forgot about me. Yesterday, he calls me. I'm ready now. We have to talk big business. I was surprised. But all I did was flatter him.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't talk much about him.
That
We'd spend 2 hours straight. He's blabbering, and I'm just adding. I just take a little. It's like taking, you know, putting icing sugar, you know, on top of a cake, you know, just to make it even sweeter. You know, you just. I'll just drop in a compliment there and say, oh, there's this service. You know, it will work like this and like this and like this. It can connect you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now the guy sold. I mean, I just complimented the guy. I mean, I don't remember doing my. I just complimented him.
It's effortless when you just. When you use info against these people, I've seen the power of it.
How do you feel about that, to me? Have you ever found yourself intentionally trying to charm a client, trying to make a client feel good about himself or herself, about their business? You know, because just being nice to this person, and then not just being raw, hardcore business, but just charming this person, just making this person feel good, and you know, take them to dinner, you know, buy them a drink, invite them out. Say, you know what, let me take you out to, you know, a business lunch. How about that? Huh? Then go business lunch. They might not even be nice, but
people love to promote themselves. I said it earlier on.
You promote them.
People love to about themselves. As long as you can get them to talk about themselves. I know even with me, I mean, most people tell me, okay, but how is Clapsing? What is Clapsing? As soon as they sit back after the question and I start explaining, they will tell me, wow, dude, as soon as you started explaining, you started glowing, you started, you know, and that is like 15 minutes later. You know, I've been talking for actually 15 minutes and explaining, and they'll come with that small question and I'll go on and on and on and on and on. But after that, I'll feel like, I've just shared so much info, and these people know so much about you after that. And this is armor for them. This is bullets they can use to actually score with you and you know, get something out of you. I could tell them everything about Clapsing, and then they could tell me. They could create a need that I didn't think, you know, they could create something, no, you need this. And you need
Isn't it interesting, because it's like you're opening up your soul and your heart to, you know, you're doing every day, the thing that you're using to make money, and then somebody actually gives you the attention and say, you know what, just open up, just be free and let it off. And then as you're talking, they're complimenting you, they're listening to you, they're interested in you. Isn't it amazing how good you feel after that? You're like, wow, you know, there's this sense of elevation, there's a sense of and this light feeling that you get after that.
And
everyone, wow, you know,
even serial killers have that trigger point. Everybody has that point. That's why when you said we should all have that we should all study psychology or
for 1 year,
for the human mind. You see me, I wanted to study psychology. I love the human mind and this emotional stuff and all these things. I always go for such things. I mean, even with my business now, planning how I'm gonna structure a line, an advertising line, or just to explain what this thing is. I think even of a word that is gonna just be emotional and how it's just gonna mess your mind up. That's me. That's how I operate. It's psychologically, if you get a person sold, you spend less time. You don't have to convince you. I mean, you wonder why some guy takes your girl in a week. Excuse me, you know.
I'm always amazed sometimes, but I've realized that, you know, the higher you go in business, you must check, né? And the bigger the CEOs are, it's the more difficult they are to please.
Yeah.
And the more they don't respond, and you can charm them on the spot, that their faces will be just like this, like as if they just look at you like.
Wow.
And that's one thing I've realized, that the higher you go in the corporate world, the more difficult it is to charm people, because those people have been charmed so much, they've seen all the charming you can ever imagine. And so you have to work extra hard. You have to really, you know.
Because as I'm starting off now, I know that even sometimes the small things, or even sometimes a potential opportunity, just makes me glow and stuff. But I think after a year or two, such things similar to that, if someone comes and offers something similar to the things that charmed me 2 years back, those things are going to be irrelevant to me. I'm going to be, I'm not interested in this. I've had so many people and so many things. No, they will help you out with this. We'll do this for you. We'll do that for you. And they're all have the same story till one comes with a different story. They're all in marketing, and they're all trying to build their own relationships with me. They're all trying to do this and that. And then one will come with a different approach. And then I'm like, I don't even think about it, but I just feel like me and this partner, this business person are meant to be together in a way, in business terms or business relationship. And everybody else is irrelevant all of a sudden. So that's actually very scary, because now, I mean, I'm busy at drawing up proposals here. Probably going to be talking to MDs and managers of that, and they're probably going to look at me like, what new thing do you have to offer? And they're going to give me a straight face. Like,
poker face, though.
Yeah, no, it's actually a worry, but hey, we'll get over it. But yeah, people are harder to please.
Do you do a lot of telephonical convincing of clients?
No.
Of people? Or how do you guys work? Because
what I do is door to door. So those 22 hours I'm working.
And how do you feel about that in terms of charm? Do you find yourself trying to charm customers sometimes? What is your approach?
Yeah, it is not easy.
Yeah, because you find an angry person.
It's not easy because some of them they don't want money to talk to you.
And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it since 2011.
How do you feel so far? When if somebody closes the telephone to you, how do you feel?
No, this time I've learned how to build relationships.
Do you feel that your heart is harder now? You got a thicker skin. You don't get emotional.
Yeah, it is. So no emotions involved. I don't involve.
But do you still smile with that?
No, you do, because
beautiful, warm smile.
Yeah, I was there for business and it's not personal.
How do you smile? Show us how you smile.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
And so like what's another one to obviously you don't make sense yeah, it's also one compliment they can get.
Yeah.
And then there are those people because now I saw the products are about 1,000 grand. Yeah, I'm comfortable. There are those who are feeling that they cannot afford this or these things are not made for them.
Yeah.
And so you gotta try and always say you I feel confident about who she is.
Someone say why me?
Yeah, why me and all that. And then some of them buy on poor and all that. But then as soon as you find out what the problem is, you come up with solutions. And then you show them the way how like, okay, this is how I can save this.
Yeah.
No, I learned a lot, especially from this guy. He's about approaching people. No, I've been struggling to approach Unidiva for like years now. Now I think I found a way to charm them.
I'm glad. But otherwise, continue.
They never, they always send me to these small wholesalers, but for this Samureka and how to measure quantity at the wholesalers, they don't have. The same if you have to wait for a week or two, they must order first. Which is
nonsense.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
I qualified to buy as a wholesaler from Unidivas and because the quantity I want.
Yes, of course, yeah. Interesting. No, look, I'm glad that you picked up some ideas, and now I've also learned a lot from this conversation, this discussion. But I think in conclusion, we can maybe each say some closing statements. But for me, for now, I can say business networking. So far, we've talked a lot about the theory, the tricks, the tactics that go in it. But on top of that, in conclusion, I can talk about the cost of business networking. And it really costs. It costs in terms of time, it costs in terms of resources, it costs in terms of money expenditure. I've seen it. I've seen some of the people that that I've worked with. I've seen them in action. Buying whiskey bottles, buying people tickets for the blue train, buying tickets for VIP sections at F&B. People spending money, and it was really very interesting to watch the exercise of money, the money exercise part of business networking. That business networking really actually costs. It really costs you good money. It's not free. It's not just about talking. It's not just about your nice skills. You have, from the clothes that you wear, you have to buy good stuff. The car that you drive, it's part of it. The phone calls that you have to make, it's part of it. It's gonna cost you in terms of airtime, traveling, expensive dinners, and all these things. So, yeah. CJ, let's just come like this and then perfect.
Just
closing statements.
When you spoke about the clothes, I remember I met up with this guy and they strangled nicely in my tie. This guy strangled nicely in my tie and I'm wearing, all formal as always. And like, why are you always dressed like this?
That's the same thing I had as well. Because
you know what we're doing now? We're doing closing statements. We're gonna come to you. Just don't worry.
Yeah. But you spoke about the cost side of it. For me, business networking is just, building a relationship with whoever be it your client or potential investors and all that. Building a relationship that goes beyond your the need for the moment, what your business needs or what you want to sell for that moment. Yeah, it's all about building a relationship that's gonna be beneficial in the long run as well. Where that client can come and sell you something that you might need, and you can also go back and sell them newer products. And So I think it's just building a very solid relationship with the clients that goes beyond business and gets to a psychological level where you can easily, convince someone to buy into what you're selling.
Do me?
Now I believe already based networking is somewhat self-investment, investing in yourself. I don't see this as costly or anything because you invest in yourself. The rewards that you're going to get from that are much higher. Depending on how you going to use the investment, how you're going to channel it through it, through the network.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I believe.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Taban?
For me, business networking is what you just did now. No, really, it's what you just did.
It's right. It's a point.
Yes.
Yeah, you business. Business is in business. And so I don't think it's costly because all it takes is your personal commitment. I may not be here or get over client, but I may be here or get over one later. And then I might find somebody out there that I can help. But I know when I can help that business website, I got to social media, I got to suppliers, I can help communicate. Not really that you have to be my client, but for the mere fact that you something you talk about marketing, which is maybe sometimes you won't be able to do it, but then referral to it. Yeah, and it's also about sharing the problems that face another business. Because this is the problems that I've encountered in my business. This is get into the trial, but I can't. How can you guys? Yeah, so we do those regular meetings, maybe once a week, like we do in every Sunday.
Yeah, it's every Sunday, yes.
So that is basically business networking for me.
Okay.
Yeah, business people.
Fantastic. Thanks.
For me, what he spoke of more though, investing in yourself. Starting a business from scratch is costly, but then it's like this term, having a job and working and stuff like that. I can't feel like I feel like when you say it's this job, you are working and it's not exactly pleasant, but then if you are doing something that you're passionate about, then you do not see it as a job. It's more like your life. It's more like it's part of your life, because if you're passionate about something, you wake up at 3 a.m., you think about it, So with business networking, it may be costly, we may use that term, but at the end of the day,
let's say investment.
Yes, yeah.
Instead of saying, because maybe the word cost is kind of confusing.
Yeah, basically it's just investing in what you love and the thing that you wanna grow. And then another one, the last one is I think people need to pay attention into his point. It's not only about the person that you meet and build a conversation with or a relationship with, but it's also like 10 more people that he may have access to and their networks as well that you need to focus a lot on besides this person. So
maybe this person, but then, sorry, I don't know this person's statements, but maybe I can help you there in terms of saying, how do you use this person as the gateway to those people?
Yes.
Because then it becomes more active.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Would you agree?
Use them as a
gateway.
We need to focus on. Last week we had the same talk, how you should know people from different industries, not because you just want to know everybody, but you can actually use someone elsewhere. Especially they could move and go work for another company, and you might benefit because you said there might be the guys handling the contract, or you might be the sub, where they talk. So a lot of people you can use them for different things. You just need to find out who they are and then keep them around build a relationship with them and stuff like that, because the people behind them are the ones who are actually gonna listen to this first guy that you are dealing with. I mean, if I know you and you are not recommending me to him, he's not gonna wanna buy into me.
Yes.
Straight. So make sure that you build a network where the next person can recommend you to the next person. Once you do that, you've mastered this networking thing. Recommendation.
Because really, referrals say very powerful, more powerful than advertising.
Yeah. Word of mouth stuff.
Yeah, more powerful than any form of communication you can have.
I like the new recommendation system on LinkedIn, and I've been recommending people like a lot, and I've written one recommendation for one of the guys that was my client in the past, and I'm fascinated to see how far will it go. What is going to happen, because it's a new. You must check, it's a new system.
Yeah, so
I love it
as well.
I'm always recommending people, but you also have to write a recommendation. You can write a recommendation.
The whole paragraph.
Yeah, so the writing the recommendation part was the most difficult part. Now the recommendation, you have to click a fella, I recommend, but I'm not gonna write for why can recommend. I'm not gonna write why I recommend this person, but I'm gonna recommend that person. That one is the easier one, which you can do for your contacts.
Yeah,
but then after that, you still have the second level. You can still write a proper recommendation, and it's really interesting.
So guys,
you must check it out, guys.
Can I ask? Because now I give using LinkedIn.
Okay.
So how does it work actually?
It's Mr. Social Media here. You got a specialist here.
Okay. LinkedIn is a professional network. Comparing it to Facebook, what we all know, it is not like Facebook. Maybe we could say the linking and the layouts and some stuff may be similar, but now what it's there for is not to connect me to my friend or to my mother or to my sister. It's professional.
So building business network.
It's for building a business network. It's like your CV. Your CV is there. What you did, how you do it, and what interests you, and who you work with, and for what company you work for, and what you do in that company, and your role there, and what skills you have. It's summarized. That's what LinkedIn is. So if you were to have a LinkedIn account, you'd probably be under marketing and advertising. You put your company there, and you probably state that you're a salesperson and you sell 1, 2, 3, 4, and you work for that company, and these are the skills you have, whether it be marketing skills, marketing tactician. You'd have to state all these things, and then from there you'd have to connect to people in your field. And what LinkedIn does, it's going to draw out and seed out marketing and advertising stories that will interest you. So you learn more about marketing and advertising through stories from other companies and from other magazines that literally go out and have journalists that do research and find out where maybe M10 has just launched a 20 million rand marketing whatever across Africa. So they'll get that story and bring it to you because you're in marketing. So LinkedIn is the most valuable social network for me right now. There's no, Facebook doesn't give me anything relevant. Twitter, no, it's not even close. Twitter's number 2, Mara, it's not close. LinkedIn is number 1 because now it gives me all the news and it connects me to all the people, and I learn a lot from what people share. We were on LinkedIn there. Okay, next time I come here, I'll show you guys if you guys are here. I started a discussion and it was, is there room for another social network? I got professors and CEOs, and this was posted on social media marketers, social media news, and global entrepreneurs, those groups. I got on the global entrepreneurs, co-founders, and the hectic guys on those groups, I got expert advice, where one of the professors they said was, every 5 years there's something new in social media. So whether Facebook is hot now does not matter, but every 5 years there's a new trend. At one point, he said that OCAD thing, and
Yes.
he was like, at one point that thing was hot. At one point, MySpace was hot, and look now. At one point, Facebook was, it still is that thing, that big thing up there. But there's Twitter coming up with its own, because Twitter is an information network. So if you want current affairs, if you want news now, if you want stuff now, you don't go to Facebook. If you know how to use Twitter, then you go to Twitter. I go to Twitter for news, and if I don't want to go to News 24, I just Twitter. I go there. I go look for News 24 or South African breaking news or those people. I'm following them. I'll go check their tweets, their stories, their what. I get everything I need right there. Current affairs now or what. So LinkedIn is more of a business networking place, and you ask the right question, you get the right answer straight.
And even for
it's free, but then you can upgrade.
You can upgrade, and those upgrades as well.
Professional.
For some people, you don't need that upgrade, but then for some, you look and see those upgrades. If you wanna expand your network and if you wanna reach more people, if you wanna sell your product more, if you wanna be seen more, then you can upgrade.
Actually, it's both a business network and a professional network. I think it's gonna be important for us to say also professional, because people who are looking for jobs.
Yes,
it's not just about business. Business people meet there, but people who are looking for work
and people who are looking to hire.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking for IT programmers, and I can afford to get 2 IT guys, and I want to test out LinkedIn, I'm actually going to do that. I'm actually going to.
We recently got a PHP programmer from LinkedIn.
And I have IT guys, young guys that follow me, connect with me on LinkedIn, because they see that I'm actually running a social media IT company, and there's another one is at PC training. They all results and all these things, and I'm like, okay, interesting. But if I could have hired him and at least find out what's what and who he is and stuff like that. So LinkedIn is very powerful. You can get a job next month and shit, just like that. So, hey, powerful too.
Well, guys, any more comments? Any more last words? But otherwise, we've come to the end of our